following tours.
World Championship held in South America.
A abertura do 7º Campeonato Mundial Júnior de Wushu.
Meu planeta Deus, fugiremos nós dois da casa de Noé.
It is my great pleasure to welcome all the athletes, coaches,
welcome to all the guests attending the 7th World Junior Wushu Championships.
Sozinho com você e voando bem alto, me abraça pelo espaço de um instante, me cobre com teu corpo.
Espero contar com a presença de todo mundo para prestigiar esse evento maravilhoso que está acontecendo aqui em Brasília.
Higher, faster, stronger. Taisha has been served numerous of games and never a malfunction and complaint. This is Taisha Sports.
I feel very happy because it's the first time in my life.
I'm pretty excited, but I am really nervous.
USA!
É a minha terceira vez no Campeonato Mundial e eu tô sentindo que vai ser a minha melhor competição.
Eu estou sentindo muita ansiedade e muita felicidade.
Estou extremamente a fim de competir, extremamente emocionado, extremamente feliz de estar aqui.
É a minha primeira vez no Campeonato Mundial e é muito emocionante. Brasil!
Bem-vindos a Brasília, capital do Brasil. E bem-vindos ao 7º Campeonato Mundial Júnior de Wushu.
Please don't make it problem. I think you don't make it problem.
7th World Junior Wushu Championship. Allez la France!
We'd like to announce presence of the following on tour, please.
World Championship held in South America.
A abertura do 7º Campeonato Mundial Júnior de Wushu.
Meu planeta Deus, fugiremos nós dois da Casa de Noé.
It is my great pleasure to welcome all the athletes, coaches,
Welcome to all the guests attending the 7th World Junior Wushu Championships.
Sozinho com você e voando bem alto, me abraça pelo espaço de um instante, me cobre com teu corpo.
Espero contar com a presença de todo mundo para prestigiar esse evento maravilhoso que está acontecendo aqui em Brasília.
Higher, faster, stronger. Taisha has been served numerous of games and never a malfunction and complaint. This is Taisha Sports.
I feel very happy because it's the first time in my life. I'm pretty excited, but I am really nervous. USA!
É a minha terceira vez no Campeonato Mundial e eu tô sentindo que vai ser a minha melhor competição.
Eu estou sentindo muita ansiedade e muita felicidade.
Estou extremamente afim de competir, extremamente emocionado, extremamente feliz de estar aqui.
É a minha primeira vez no Campeonato Mundial e é muito emocionante.
Brasil!
Bem-vindos a Brasília, capital do Brasil. E bem-vindos ao 7º Campeonato Mundial Júnior de Wushu.
Please don't make it problem. I think if you don't make it problem.
Seven World Junior Championship. Allez la France!
We'd like to announce presence of the following on toys.
World Championship held in South America.
A abertura do 7º Campeonato Mundial Júnior de Wushu.
Meu planeta Deus, fugiremos nós dois da casa de Noé.
It is my great pleasure to welcome all the athletes, coaches,
Welcome to all the guests attending the 7th World Junior Wushu Championships.
Sozinho com você e voando bem alto, me abraça pelo espaço de um instante, me cobre com teu corpo.
Espero contar com a presença de todo mundo para prestigiar esse evento maravilhoso que está acontecendo aqui em Brasília.
Higher, faster, stronger. Taisha has been served numerous of games and never a malfunction and complaint. This is Taisha Sports.
I feel very happy because it's the first time in my life. Egypt! I'm pretty excited, but I am really nervous. USA!
É a minha terceira vez no Campeonato Mundial e eu tô sentindo que vai ser a minha melhor competição.
Eu estou sentindo muita ansiedade e muita felicidade.
Estou extremamente a fim de competir, extremamente emocionado, extremamente feliz de estar aqui.
É minha primeira vez no Campeonato Mundial e é muito emocionante.
Brasil!
Bem-vindos a Brasília, capital do Brasil. E bem-vindos ao 7º Campeonato Mundial Júnior de Wushu.
Please don't make it problem. I think if you don't make it problem.
7th World Junior Championship. Allez la France!
Would like to announce presence of the following on toys.
World Championship held in South America.
A abertura do 7º Campeonato Mundial Júnior de Wushu.
Meu planeta Deus, fugiremos nós dois da Casa de Noé.
It is my great pleasure to welcome all the athletes, coaches,
Welcome to all the guests attending the 7th World Junior Wushu Championships.
Sozinho com você e voando bem alto, me abraça pelo espaço de um instante, me cobre com teu corpo.
Espero contar com a presença de todo mundo para prestigiar esse evento maravilhoso que está acontecendo aqui em Brasília.
Higher, faster, stronger. Taisha has been served numerous of games and never a malfunction and complaint. This is Taishan Sports.
I feel very happy because it's the first time in my life. I'm pretty excited, but I am really nervous. USA!
É a minha terceira vez no Campeonato Mundial e eu tô sentindo que vai ser a minha melhor competição.
Eu estou sentindo muita ansiedade e muita felicidade.
Estou extremamente a fim de competir, extremamente emocionado, extremamente feliz de estar aqui.
É a minha primeira vez no Campeonato Mundial e é muito emocionante. Brasil!
Bem-vindos a Brasília, capital do Brasil. E bem-vindos ao 7º Campeonato Mundial Júnior de Wushu.
Please don't make it problem. I think if you don't make it problem.
7th World Junior Championship. Allez la France!
We'd like to announce presence of the following on tour, please.
World Championship held in South America.
A abertura do 7º Campeonato Mundial Júnior de Wushu.
Meu planeta Deus, fugiremos nós dois da casa de Noé.
It is my great pleasure to welcome all the athletes, coaches,
Welcome to all the guests attending the 7th World Junior Wushu Championships.
Sozinho com você e voando bem alto, me abraça pelo espaço de um instante, me cobre com teu corpo.
Espero contar com a presença de todo mundo para prestigiar esse evento maravilhoso que está acontecendo aqui em Brasília.
Higher, faster, stronger. Taisha has been served numerous of games and never a malfunction and complaint. This is Taishan Sports.
I feel very happy because it's the first time in my life. Egypt! I'm pretty excited, but I am really nervous. USA!
É a minha terceira vez no Campeonato Mundial e eu tô sentindo que vai ser a minha melhor competição.
Eu estou sentindo muita ansiedade e muita felicidade.
Estou extremamente a fim de competir, extremamente emocionado, extremamente feliz de estar aqui.
É a minha primeira vez no Campeonato Mundial e é muito emocionante.
Brasil!
Bem-vindos a Brasília, capital do Brasil. E bem-vindos ao 7º Campeonato Mundial Júnior de Wushu.
Please don't make a problem. I tell you, don't make a problem.
7th World Junior Championship. Allez la France!
The presence of the following on toys.
World Championship held in South America.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 7th World Junior Wushu Championships in Brasília. This section will now begin. Judges march in. Taolu, People's Republic of China. Judge number 1, Celebrities of Indonesia. Judge number 2, Qiangshu, USA. Judge number 3, Executive Academy Board, Chile. Judge number 4, Vietnam. Judge number 5, Gunshu, Korea. Judge number 6, Ahmed Said Ali Ibrahim, Egypt. On Qiangshu, Head Judge, Iran, Indonesia. Judge number 1, Patricia Delgado, France. Judge number 2, Malaysia. Judge number 3, Pedro Gallegos Pérez, Argentina. Judge number 4, Jun Ren Han, Singapore. Judge number 5, Shen Chang-Hu, Macau, China. Judge number 6, Eric Abdus, Turkey. Standby judges, Head Judge, Yuan Yangdong, People's Republic of China. Assistant Head Judge, Alexander Radusa, Russia. Judge number 1, Yuan Pang, USA. Judge number 2, Sai King, Yuan, Macau, China. Judge number 3, Li Yun-Zik, Korea. Judge number 4, Samuel Aguero, Argentina. Judge number 5, Abdul Wahid Alus, Turkey. Leonardo Lucas Silva, Brazil. Pedro also Silva, Brazil. Standby judges, BTC. Athletes march in.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the 7th World Junior Wushu Championships. We are in session 6, which is our final session of the Taolu events. This afternoon we have boys and girls Gunshu B group, boys and girls Qiangshu B group, and boys and girls Jianshu C group. This is Mario Martinez from the United States, and with me I have a good personal friend, Paula Amadani.
Hey guys, so I'm going to translate what Mario said just for our Brazilian friends also. So, boa tarde galera, a gente tá na sessão da tarde do sábado e hoje nós teremos lança feminino e masculino, teremos bastão feminino e masculino e aqui é o Mário Martins, também um grande amigo meu. E a gente vai estar mostrando para vocês o que está acontecendo na área.
And in this field of play, we've got a total of 12 Gunshu B group competitors. Our first competitor is from New Zealand, Arnold Sun.
O próximo competidor agora é de Nova Zelândia, Arnold Sun.
As a reminder, these B group athletes are required to do the first set of international competition Taolu routines for Gunshu. So a lot of these judges are very familiar with these routines. They know where all the major deductions that athletes typically tend to make are. So it'll be interesting to see, I think, Paula, the athletes that are able to maintain a total B score without any deductions are the ones that are going to be able to finish near the top.
Yeah, exactly. For this routine, it's very familiar for all of us. This is an old routine, so we know this routine for a long time already. We had time to study every single move, every detail. So Mario, I saw a lot of kids having a little hard time to go.
As a reminder, these B group athletes movements, and again, anytime that the athlete is stationary, particularly with these routines where the judges know where those stances are, they're going to be really keeping a keen eye on those movements. I think the tell will be in the first couple of athletes what deduction codes we're able to see. That way we can get an indication of what typically the judges will be looking for. Now, if you're new to Wushu, the judges panel is up, and there we go. Final score for Arnold, 7.65.
A few deductions.
And here's our next competitor from Canada, Caleb Kenneth Akai. Now, as we were saying, the judges panel is made up of 3 A judges, 3 B judges, and a head judge. The 3 A judges are judging on a total of 5 points. They deduct from there any technical errors that they see within the routine, within the basic components or basic movements. Then the B judges, to include the head judge, give an overall performance score of no more than 5 points based on things like overall speed, power, flavor, harmony, rhythm, and then the 2 points are added to give them their final score. So it's imperative that athletes try to minimize any technical deductions in order to help strengthen their overall score.
So far, Caleb is very good. His stance is lower than the most of the kids, and he has a nice speed also.
Now, Paula, you are a long time a world champion yourself. You went to many world championships. Can you tell us what it's like? What goes through an athlete's mind when they're competing on the carpet?
Well, I think when we are doing the form already, our mind is close to everything outside. It's like a blank mind.
Judge. The 3 A judges are judging on a total of 5 points, minimize any technical deductions in order to help strengthen their overall score. Well, if you went to many world championships, can you tell us what it's like? What goes through an athlete's mind?
And of course, we feel the pressure, we feel nervous, we feel a little anxious.
Final score for Caleb, 8.53. There we see 3 deductions, 1 for a loss of balance, and then a couple of code 50s for stance deductions.
Well, this is Fernando Elmiro. He is athlete from here, from Brasília. And he also trained with me the physical part. This is the third time that Fernando is competing at Juniors Worlds, so he has experience, and this is his last time competing in Juniors. He had a knee injury a few months ago, so he was a little nervous about that, but I think he's fine now. He's very focused. Fernando is also Elineldo's student. Elineldo is Ellen Cecilia's father, and they train together.
You can certainly hear the Brazilian crowd going crazy in the audience.
Of course, they're their family. He's doing a good job. And João Ferreira is the coach of Brazil team, and he had a lot of hopes for a good score for Fernando also. There you go. Physical part. This is the third time that Fernando is competing at Juniors Worlds. He had a knee injury a few months ago, so the height.
Yeah, I think body type definitely comes into play in terms of the overall difficulty of just the carpet is a certain distance, so taller athletes have to certainly watch their spacing. Final score for Fernando, 8.41.
He got a few deduction, 270s, so he lost his balance twice, but he did a good job.
Yeah, I think height, body build certainly is a lot to take into consideration. But interesting thing is, I think you're starting to see all sorts of body types be somewhat successful in many different events. I remember back in our day, I won't say how long ago that was, but back in our day, Nantron competitors were a little bit on the shorter side,
Buffy.
A little bit, more muscular build.
Yeah.
But now you're seeing, very thin, tall Nantron athletes that are extremely powerful. I think they're just able to develop very good technique.
That's true.
Our current competitor up is from Singapore, Kai Feng Ngoi. Kai Feng is also our silver Changchuan medalist and bronze Daoshu medalist.
He did a mistake right now. He lost the staff.
Let go of it?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, that's one of the big challenges with long weapons. You have to maintain control at all times with be in control of your weapon at all times. So anytime your hand lets go, that's going to cost you a 0.1.
Yeah, the weapon cannot be an extra thing that you're holding. It needs to be a extension of your body. It needs to be part of you. And I see a few differences about the speed and how long they hold in stances, especially for the C group.
Our current
lost the staff.
Let go of it?
Yeah, a little bit. Weapon cannot be an extra thing that you're holding. It needs to be
and ensuring that you hit it correctly is critical at these levels. But then it just depends. If it's a weak area, you might want to just move through it and hope that the judges can't catch it, but they seem to catch everything.
Yeah.
Final score 8.91, good for first place at the moment.
Next competitor from Korea.
Jinhyun Kim. And Jinhyun is our bronze Changshan medalist. I'm sure with closing out this afternoon, he's looking to try to climb up into that podiums once again. Now, Paula, one interesting thing to see is the usage of a lot of these composite staffs. They seem to be gaining a lot more popularity with athletes. I started even seeing the new composite spears that a lot of athletes are starting to use.
Yeah. Is it a different material?
It's significantly lighter. One of my athletes does have a composite spear, and it's a lot lighter. It's a little bit more consistent, but I think you still have the risk of potentially breaking it. It is significantly lighter than a wooden staff, but again, I mean, you can still break it.
But we can tell that the movement is a little bit different.
Yeah,
it's
for sure.
not a heavy staff.
Yeah, it's also not as flexible. It's a little bit stiffer.
Is it a little bit thinner?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit thinner.
I'm going to try to climb up into that podiums once again.
Is it a different material?
It's significantly light. You can still break it.
But we can tell that the movement is a little bit different.
Yeah.
I remember when I first started, I used to use bamboo stuff.
Final score for Jinhyun, 8.63. Yeah, I remember competing with a wooden staff. People used to call it a tree. And here we have a competitor from Japan, Rutsuki Nakada. Now Rutsuki is our gold medalist from Changchun. So he's already taking home a gold. I'm sure he's looking to add another one to Japan's tally.
Nice speed.
Yeah, really smooth.
Yeah. Very good movements.
This is where you can tell whether athletes are really prepared for this event, is the endurance. You have a lot of athletes who are able to start really strong and powerful. You'll want to make sure that as you're competing here that you maintain that intensity level throughout your routine.
For sure, this athlete did this job. He started very strong and finished very strong.
Now Rutsuki is our gold medalist from Changchun.
Nice speed. Very good movements.
Final score for Rutsuki, 8.81. Putting him in second place. Looks like he had 3 deductions, 2 codes 50 for gongbu or the bow stance, and 1 code 52 for shubu empty stance. Our next competitor from Mexico is Adalberto Morales Rodriguez.
It's a high jump, was very high.
Lost the staff there.
All the athletes from Mexico, they are good in jumps. They can jump high.
They're very athletic.
Yeah.
It's interesting to see the development of Wushu in Latin America. It's certainly getting stronger and stronger. I think a lot of it has to do as well with coaches developing, more streamlined training for their athletes, bringing that experience of competition.
Back in our days, it was a little bit harder to get information about Wushu. We didn't have internet the way it is today, so the young kids, they have...
Our next competitor from Mexico is Adalberto Morales Rodriguez.
It's a high jump, was very high. It's from Mexico, they are good in jumps. They can jump high.
A lot of it has to do as well with coaches developing, more streamlined.
Ask me, what is a VHS tape?
Exactly. I don't think they have any idea how hard it was before.
Final score for Adalberto, 8.52.
Next competitor is Francisco Ariel from Argentina. Oh, he just lost his staff for a little while. There's gonna be a deduction. Just lost.
Brandon, we hope you're getting a ton of great information and videos for Jiao. Shout out to everybody in the US checking us out live. Let us know if you've got any questions or anything that you'd like us to comment on or talk about. Final score 7.70.
Hey Brandon.
We are down to our final 3 competitors. Our next competitor is from Malaysia, Mohammed Mo Firdaus Tra.
Nice stance. Good speed also. Wow. So Mario, for this routine, for this form, what do you think is the most difficulty for the athletes to be able to master for Gunshu?
I think the timing and the speed, because if you can, athletes can develop really fast staff techniques. So they can do taps, they can do swings, they can move really quickly. But the hard part is keeping their pacing or their timing, their footwork, using their...
Wow.
It's probably the hardest part that takes some time for athletes to develop. And you can see it at the very top levels. I mean, that's how athletes are able to develop extreme speed. You can only generate just, as much, not as much force with just your arms. Final score, 9.15. Very strong performance, putting him currently overall in first.
No deductions. Pretty good score.
Our next competitor is from Hong Kong, Yin Ching Ho. Now I think we're going to see a really strong performance from Yin Ching. He is our gold medalist in Taolu, so certainly an explosive athlete.
He's very, very clean.
He's got really good timing and he's
Yes.
very technical.
That was really good. You can tell that he can control his speed.
Really strong performance from Yin Ching. He is our gold medalist in Taolu. Now we'll have to see where he ranks. Currently, first place is a 9.15. 8.96, still good enough for second.
He got one deduction. close his eyes. Focus.
Here's our final competitor for the boys Gunshu B group, Macau Lei. Chuk took home the silver medal in Taolu.
So Mario, some athletes, when he's going to jump, he jump with both feet together, and some athletes jump one feet there and then another. Each one you think it looks better and it's more efficient.
I'm very torn. I've tried both techniques, was trying to coach athletes to do both. I'm going to go against the grain and say I kind of like the 2-foot takeoff. It makes sense in terms of maximal jump height.
Power.
Yeah. However, the rotation becomes a little bit tricky. So you have to learn how to take off and start your rotation because, of course, you're taking off with less turn. When you take off 1 foot at a time, 1, 2, you can kind of shift your hips and throw your left knee up and start.
And it's more efficient.
I'm very torn. I've tried both takeoff. It makes sense in terms of maximal jump height.
Power. I did one and then another.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've tried the 2-foot takeoff. It's impossible for me, but some athletes seem to have no problems. And Chuk Lei takes a 9.10, good for second place.
And he had no deductions.
And moving on, and there you have your boys' results. Mohammed Danish from Malaysia with a 9.15, Macau with the silver, and Hong Kong with the bronze with an 8.96. Very close competition. Here now we have our next event, the girls' Gunshu B group. We have a field of 11 competitors. And I count 11 people. We've had a series of dropouts throughout the event. A couple of teams not competing, but it looks like we have a full field in this event.
So Mario, some people are asking me here on my Instagram to speak a little bit in Portuguese.
Sure.
So I will try to do that. Okay.
All right. Our first competitor is from India, Nikerapam.
A primeira competidora na categoria de bastão é da Índia.
Unfortunately.
Oh.
She's maintaining her composure, not letting that affect her.
That shows a lot about the athlete. Uma atleta teve uma pequena queda. A gente está comentando que o atleta precisa ter muita postura e cabeça boa para manter a apresentação, mesmo com o erro. And her lace from her head.
And she dropped her weapon.
Yeah. I think this time it got a little bit into her. But she's still going. Well, we can understand, right? When a primeira competidora na categoria de bastão, that shows a lot about the athlete. Uma pequena queda. A gente está comentando que o atleta precisa ter her lace from her head.
And takeaway, being able to overcome these types of issues, come back and attack, be more aggressive and continue. I think that shows worlds about the athlete's determination.
And again, they are kids, they are young, they have so many years ahead of them to learn, train, and be in the others tournaments, other championships.
Yeah, absolutely. Final score 7.4. Our next competitor is from Japan, Rika Nakamura.
Próxima competidora do Japão. Olha como foi a entrada dela. Que menina forte. Did you see how she entered the area?
Very focused. Rika is only 15 years old, so you can imagine with already having that mentality, she's definitely got the right mindset to be a strong competitor.
Yeah. That one is a champion before getting the medal.
I think her eyes say it all. She is here to compete.
And she's very good. And strong for a little girl. Very good performance.
15 years old, so you can imagine with already having that mentality, she's definitely got to be a strong competitor.
Yeah. That one is a champion. That one is a champion before getting the medal. And she's very good.
Rika's final score 9.07.
No deductions.
And here we have a competitor from Korea, Gabin Go.
Nossa terceira atleta entrando na área é da Coreia, Gabin Go. Lost a little balance over there. Nós estávamos comentando da atleta que acabou de competir do Japão, que a diferença da entrada dela, o mindset de atleta dela, já impressiona os juízes, causa uma impressão muito positiva e ela teve a habilidade de manter a qualidade, velocidade e a alta performance do seu fim, e que ela já tinha postura de campeã antes de conseguir qualquer medalha. Atleta que acabou de competir do Japão, muito positiva, e ela teve a habilidade de manter de campeã antes de conseguir qualquer medalha. She looks a little nervous.
Gavin's final score, 7.75. There you have 2 muscle balance deductions, and then a couple of deductions for stances, specifically her gongbu, her bow stance. Competitor is from France, Rubis Nguyen. Now, of course, in this World Championship, B group athletes are only allowed to compete in 3 events: 1 bare hand, 1 short weapon, and 1 long weapon. So for many of these athletes, this is their last opportunity to try and take another medal home or to get their first medal.
So Mario, yesterday I saw the judges checking the size of the weapons. What is the rule for the staff?
So for the staff, the requirement is that the top of the staff can be no shorter than the athlete's height. That ensures that everyone has there's fair play and that everyone's utilizing equal size weapon. Current competitor is from France, Rubis Nguyen. Staff can be no shorter than the athlete's height. Okay, we weren't allowed to put anything on our weapons, but I think with the advent of the composite weapons, because they can get a little bit slick, they are allowing tape on it. Final score, 8.23. Our current competitor is from Turkey, Sila Ozge Oden.
For this group, and they are doing the tornado kick, if they land with both feet or only with 1 foot, it doesn't matter. With 1 foot, it doesn't matter, right?
Right.
pegasse esse espaço, eu mandava fazer igual. Pra ver se ele fazia melhor.
We've still got quite a gap, and we've got quite a number of competitors to go.
Sim, pertinho que você quer, né?
One competitor is from Turkey, Sila Ozge Oden. See this final score, 8.53. Here we have a competitor from Argentina, Melissa Calderon. There we see she might have missed the required movement, that sweep. That staff has to sweep underneath your body when you do a butterfly.
And the diagram, can you see that diagram of the routine is kind of loose also. It seems like she's forgetting.
I wonder if this is a new routine for her.
Yeah. I'm sure she's trying her best.
You can see the control in the staff is there. She just, I think, a little bit of speed. The technique is fine, but just a couple of those technical errors will cost you here.
And the
diagram, can you see that?
Final score 6.80. And then we see that code 79 for forgotten movements. Our next competitor is from Macau, Pek Ai Wang. She is our gold medalist in Daoshu. So she certainly has the explosiveness to do well here.
Ontem ela levou pouco também, né? Ontem também ela levou pouco na prestação dela.
strong movements. Very good performance.
So she certainly has the explosiveness to do well here.
Ontem também ela levou pouco na prestação dela.
Tá. Como é um campeonato mundial, a gente se preocupa que o mundo inteiro consiga entender a gente falando em inglês. Mas eu estarei também falando em português.
Final score for Pek Ai Wong, 8.84. Our next competitor is from Argentina, Julieta Calderón.
Próxima competidora da Argentina, Julieta Calderón. I guess Juliet and Melissa, they are.
We might have a full field. It's hard to see, but I believe this is Julieta now.
Oh.
Now, throughout this World Championships, we've had many athletes sometimes dropping events, other world teams not competing. We see a little bit of an issue in that stance.
But Melissa and Julieta is doing very similar movements.
So
I think they are sisters. Melissa Calderón and Julieta Calderón. Nós estamos comentando que nós tivemos uma atleta previamente que é da Argentina e estava competindo. Tem os movimentos muito parecidos com essa atleta que está competindo agora também, a Julieta.
Calderón.
Próxima competidora da Argentina, Julieta Calderón.
Julieta now.
Oh.
Dropping events, other world teams not competing.
Melissa Calderón e Julieta Calderón. Só a gente acabou de descobrir que a Julieta e a Melissa fazem aniversário no mesmo dia. Então, provavelmente elas são gêmeas.
Final score for Julieta, 7.30. Up next, we have a competitor from Macau, Michelle Young. Michelle is our bronze medalist in Taolu.
Michelle Young é de Macau. Ela é de Hong Kong e ela ganhou a medalha nesse campeonato em Wushu, que é facão.
Now Hong Kong, of course, is already taking home quite a few medals. I'm sure they're looking to add a bit more to their final standings.
That's for sure. Hong Kong já está levando algumas medalhas para casa, várias medalhas para casa. E com certeza os atletas que estão entrando agora para competir estão vindo buscar mais. Nós podemos ver que a apresentação deles são sempre muito forte, velocidade muito constante. Eles não cansam do início ao fim. A performance ela é mantida, ela é frequente. Então eles conseguem levar muitas medalhas para casa.
Medalist in Taolu.
Michelle Young Wushu, que é facão.
To add a bit more to their final standings.
That's for sure. Para competir, estão vindo buscar mais. Nós podemos ver que a apresentação está ao vivo no YouTube. Podem fazer perguntas aqui. Nós estamos no chat do YouTube. Se quiser perguntar alguma coisa, a gente está aqui para responder vocês.
Final score for Michelle, 9.03. Our next competitor is from the United States, Margaret Shi.
Do you know who's your coach?
Let's see if I can see them in the stands. I'm trying to call them out.
Yeah, I'm only asking because you're from there. She's good, she's very fast.
Have it. I'm sure Margaret's
Do you know who's
stands? I'm trying to call them out.
Yeah, I'm only asking because you're from there.
Paul, I think you know who I'm talking about.
Stephanie?
That's Stephanie.
Wow, is her a student? Yeah. Congratulations, girl. She's awesome. Oh, Stephanie is a very, very good friend of mine. I used to compete with her. We are against each other. No, you cannot say against each other. We are always friends, but
friendly competitors.
Friendly competitor. She's a very good athlete still. I think she's still competing.
She is. They are a trio of superpower coaches with being led by Gao Jie in the United States.
Yeah.
Final score for Margaret, 9.06, puts her in second place at the moment with only one athlete remaining.
Yeah, that's a medal for sure.
And our final competitor is from Iran, Fatime Dorche.
So Iran, for the last, 5 years, they are getting so stronger.
They are. A lot of the, we also I was able to do a interview with one of their coaches, Farshad Arabi, who we know as a good friend and also world medalist. He is starting to coach many of the athletes, and you can see a lot of their experience being transitioned over to their young competitors. But they have very strong athletes.
Yeah, they always bring home a lot of medals, and they are good in Sandar also.
Eu falei, tá no 60. Avisa aí quem reclamou. igual essa aqui, as duas estão em 60. Você tá comigo, então fala pra ele aí. Não, fala pra ele, vai comigo, mano. Tá em 60,
we know as a good friend and also world medalist being transitioned over to their young competitors, but they have very...
eu falei, como sou. Porque tá em 60. Não, eu deixei lá em 60. Aqui também, tá igual. Ele falou, pode ser alguma coisa do cabo, coisa assim, mas foi eu que regulei lá, tá 60.
So, Igor is asking if Brenda Porfirio, our little star, Wushu star, if she competed in Qiangshu, and it didn't happen yet, the event. So it's after Gunshu and after girls Qiangshu. So Igor, você está perguntando se a Brenda Porfírio já competiu? Ainda não, a gente está na categoria de bastão. Nós teremos ainda bastão não, lança masculina. Bastão masculina, a gente vai para lança feminina. E aí sim a Brenda Porfírio vai estar competindo. Fica com a gente aqui que você vai assisti-la com certeza.
And of course the final score for Fatime, 8.96, putting her overall in 4th. We are moving on into our next event. I can see the judges in the back doing a weapons check. Our next event being boys Qiangshu Group B. Of course, the requirement for spear is that the spear, when held by the competitor's side, must reach up to the athlete's middle finger while their hand is extended overhead, outreached.
So if the spear it's smaller than that, they are not allowed to go in the carpet.
Yeah, they'd have to find somebody else's spear to borrow. That's where we were talking about height, it becomes a little bit challenging. The taller that you are, it becomes a little bit harder to find good spears. And then particularly previously when they were all made out of wood, athletes would spend, I remember some of my teammates spending hours shaving them down, sanding them down to get them just right.
Exactly.
And then it was very devastating when our weapons broke.
Yeah.
Very sad day. Now I'm curious to see with these new spears whether athletes are, there's any breakages that occur with the new composite ones. If there's anything that I've learned is that Wushu athletes can break anything.
Yes. Então a gente está falando o seguinte, para a próxima categoria nós iremos ter lança masculina e os juízes já estão checando se a altura da lança está correta. O atleta tem que esticar a mão acima da cabeça, o braço acima da cabeça e a ponta da lança tem que chegar até a ponta do dedo do meio. Se tiver abaixo do meio do dedo do meio, o atleta não tem a permissão de competir com aquela arma. Tem que pegar um emprestado, tem que pegar um outro se ele tiver. Caso ele não tenha, ele não é permitido competir da mesma forma. E a gente também está comentando que na China estão fabricando as armas com outro material, que é um material que ele parece ser mais resistente, mais leve, o que ajuda muito para o atleta treinar com menos preocupação de quebrar a lança. E por ser leve, com certeza ajuda na velocidade, ajuda na fadiga que a gente sente no braço de estar girando um bastão ou uma lança. Então é um avanço para os atletas de Wushu.
there we have our athletes coming into Arena 2. Looks like our weapons check successfully, hopefully for all competitors, was completed. We have on the roster a field of 14 competitors. I count 11, so we may have had a few athletes withdraw.
So, for curiosity, this volunteer that is helping, he competed in 2 Juniors World Games, and right now he's working at the World Games. I'm sure he having a really good time being the other side.
It just goes to show you how close-knit the Wushu community is. Whenever the world comes together to host these types of events, there isn't a lack of volunteers for sure within the community. Our first competitor up, Daniil Orailo from Kazakhstan.
E o primeiro competidor da área do Cazaquistão, Daniil Orailo. So Mario, can you tell us what is the difference about the movement in staff and the spear?
Sure, so staff is utilized more as a striking weapon, whereas spear has a spear tip at the end, so it's a sharp end. So the movements are more precise. More of the attack is focused on the tip of the weapon, being the part that you do offensive movements with. And then you can also utilize the shaft of the spear, of course, to do swings, parries. The biggest thing that you'll see is that Lana Ja technique, which is a piercing technique. In my opinion, I think spear is definitely a very complex, difficult weapon to do right.
In my opinion, it's the most difficult weapon.
I agree. Utilized more as a striking weapon, whereas spear has a spear tip at the end, so it's more precise. More of the attack is focused on the tip of the weapon, being
don't they say that spear's the queen weapon?
It is, yeah. Final score for Daniil, 7.97. We see a series of technical deductions.
Próximo competidor da França.
Etienne Nguyen currently on the floor.
athletes do a short movement in a way. So some athletes go an open movement.
Final score for Etienne, 8.46.
Nota final do atleta da França foi 8.46.
So, Paulo, what were you saying about the Lanajans?
Some athletes do the Lanaja, the hands in close to the waist, do a little shorter. They don't move the elbows. Some athletes go over the Lanaja a little open. And I want to ask you, each one you think looks better?
So I'll tell you what I call the one where they use the arm up and down.
Yes.
I call that the chicken wing.
Chicken. Okay.
So I like the one that, of course, pulls from the waist, short rotation. I think it's a lot more difficult to be able to get the level of understanding and be able to utilize the movement correctly, and because the technical requirement is the spear tip must maintain a circular movement. So being able to do that with short, without using the entire elbow and shoulder and arm and rotating up and down is significantly harder. I think the end goal, though, is for athletes to be able to use their waist to be able to do that circular rotation.
And use the core, right?
Yeah, but I think it's a lot more advanced and definitely very difficult to get.
Então a gente está comentando a diferença do movimento do Lanaja. Alguns atletas que fazem o movimento da mão que fica próximo da cintura, com o movimento da mão para cima e para baixo, e o atleta que fica com a mão parada e faz o movimento somente com o punho e o movimento do quadril e o core. Something happened.
Looks like we may have a false start or the wrong competitor up, maybe.
A volunteer went to the head judge table to check. Do you think that this could affect the athlete?
It might. It depends on their preparation, but I would think that, you prepare for these types of things. You never can control what's going to happen in competition. One big thing that I tell my athletes is to be prepared for everything.
Yeah.
We have another false start. It looks like they're still sorting out the order potentially of the athlete.
Now the judges are telling him to wait. Não sabemos o que aconteceu, mas um voluntário foi até a mesa do juiz responsável da mesa para saber o que tinha acontecido. Um dos árbitros foi até o atleta para pedir para ele esperar, para tentar resolver, checar o que está acontecendo.
There it is. That was the mix-up. This is a competitor from New Zealand, Cameron Siu Lee.
Some athletes use the white hair in his spear,
adding a little bit of customization to their weapon, a little bit, trying to stand out a bit.
Do you like the white hair in the spear? I
think it's good to change it up a little bit. I'm good with breaking a little bit of tradition. I think it shows creativity, and I mean, it's you know, the original spirit of the horsehair was, of course, when you utilize the spear in combat. The weapon characteristics are you being able to slide your hands up and down the shaft of the spear in order to pierce and shoot the spear out. The horsehair was meant to trap the blood of your opponents so as to not interfere with you wielding your weapon. Of course, nowadays, I don't think we have to worry about using our spear for defense. So, a little bit of variety isn't too bad.
Yeah, we don't have to worry about blood, so we can use the white one. So the top of the spear touched the floor.
Yeah, it's definitely going to cost him a technical point.
When it stops the white hair in the spear.
I think it's good to change it up a little bit. I'm good. Spear in combat. The weapon characteristics are you being able to shaft of the spear in order to pierce and shoot the spear out. The horsehair was meant to trap the.
I can't imagine a spear with this material.
They're really nice. The new ones are really nice.
A gente está comentando que alguns atletas usam o cabelo da lança não vermelho, mas sim branco. Mas é que tradicionalmente é vermelho. Vamos primeiro ver a nota do atleta, nota final 8.29.
Score for Cameron 8.29. He is currently in second place. Our next competitor is from Iran, Shaheen Bani Talebi.
Então, tradicionalmente, o cabelo da lança ali é vermelho, porque nos tempos de guerras, quando a lança era usada, vinha sangue, né? E essa parte do cabelinho da lança segurava o sangue. Mas como hoje em dia a gente precisa modernizar a nossa modalidade, alguns atletas usam branco porque a gente não precisa mais se preocupar com a história do sangue. E a gente também comentou de que na nossa época, quando a gente competia, não existia essa possibilidade da gente usar um estilo diferente, que é com branco. Vinha sangue, né? E essa parte do cabelinho da lança. A gente competia, não existia essa possibilidade da gente usar um estilo.
We are still awaiting a score for Shaheen. See a little bit of movement at the judges' table. Final score for Shaheen, 8.67. Currently putting him in first place. Entering the arena now is Malcolm Lai from Singapore.
I like this style.
Strong. There you see that Lana Jha kept at the waist. Really strong, really powerful.
Fast. Maybe chicken wings, like you said.
No, no chicken wings.
Estamos dizendo que o atleta da Singapura, ele é muito forte, muito explosivo, e o analisar dele é muito bem feito, movimento circular, e ele fez o movimento com a mão perto da cintura bem curtinho, mas com muita destreza.
Strong performance.
I can see it, his weapon as his spear with estamos dizendo curtinho, mas com muita destreza.
Takes the first place, really high overall B score. I have a feeling that in order to enter into the top 3, you're going to have to break those 9s. We still got a couple of top athletes remaining, particularly our gold and bronze medalists from Jianshu. Up next is a competitor from Vietnam, Quan Nguyen Do Minh.
So, tell me what you think about the way that is the best for the athletes to breathe during the routine. When to breathe in, when to breathe out, when to breathe with your nose, and when to breathe with your mouth.
So I think the biggest thing in terms of breathing, I think it's really important, is controlling your breaths. Because I think what ends up happening is as the athlete starts to fatigue, as their muscles start to fatigue, their body desperately wants to get in more air. And then what athletes end up doing is what I call panic breathing. And they start taking shallower and shallower breaths. So I think if anything, the more important thing is that when they do a pause. Up next is a competitor from Vietnam, Kwan Nguyen Do-min.
Tell me what you think about the way that is the best for the athletes and when to breathe with your mouth.
So I think the biggest thing in terms of breaths to give you that oxygen that your body needs, athletes just end up getting into this kind of panic. So what I like to tell my athletes is every time that you hit a break, make sure that you get a good, deep, good rest and a good inhale and then exhale oxygen. That way you have fresh, oxygenated blood in your body. Kwan Nguyen's final score, 9.00, putting him in second place. It looks like he did receive one technical deduction, but again, his overall B score was strong enough to still put him in second place. Up next is an athlete from Macau, Chi Hin Kwong. Chi was our silver medalist in Jianshu. And we're coming up on our final 5 competitors for this event.
It's pretty good.
Here's that third section. It's a really difficult set of combinations to get right. It's particularly to make them look smooth and then to maintain speed.
And this is also the part that there's a chance to let down your spears, drop your spears, because you have to throw the spears and change hands, and this movement is difficult.
She was our silver medalist in Jianshu.
It's pretty good.
To get right. It's particularly to make them look smooth and then to maintain move to Arena 1. It looks like after Tai Chi trend currently going on, they will then commence directly into girls Jianshu C. So if you're interested in watching that, make sure you tune into Arena 1. Currently though, you are watching boys Qiangshu Group B. Chi's final score, 9.10.
Nota final do atleta de Macau, 9.10.
And currently up is our competitor from the United States, Evan Shu.
Que nós estávamos falando com o atleta passado que acabou de apresentar é que a maneira que o atleta respira faz com que ele tenha momentos de respiração profunda, traz com que a possibilidade com que o atleta recupere energia, recupere a possibilidade de estar fazendo os próximos movimentos com mais energia. Então a respiração do atleta é muito importante durante a performance dele, durante a apresentação dele. que nós estávamos falando com o atleta faz com que ele tenha momentos. Então a respiração do atleta é muito importante durante a performance dele, durante a
1-7, putting him in second place. Now we still have 3 more competitors up. I'm sorry.
Nota final do atleta dos Estados Unidos foi 9,17. Agora apresentando o atleta do Egito.
This is Tarek Rafat Abdelkarim from Egypt.
So we made a little clip for the tournament, and I talked about the uniforms that athletes have, the liberty, the freedom to use the creativity with the uniforms, right? And what do you think that the athlete is looking for when they choose color, how shiny it is, or pictures, if it's a phoenix, if it's a dragon? What do you think goes through the athlete's mind when they're choosing this?
That's a good question. I think the majority of athletes are looking for something that they find interest in, or something that conveys sort of something about themselves. Abdel Karim from Egypt.
About the uniforms that athletes have, the liberty think that the athlete is looking for when they choose color, how shiny it is, or
pink used to be very popular, even for particularly for male athletes. If you wore pink, that means that you were a top competitor.
Yeah. But I don't see that many pinks anymore.
No, not so much. I think they're getting a lot more elaborate with sequins, so a lot more shiny uniforms.
Yeah.
A lot more intricate embroidery.
And what I think also, it's the athletes wants to, of course, look good, but they want to stand out.
Yeah.
And
final score for Tarek, 8.26.
Nota final do atleta 8.26. Nós estávamos comentando que o atleta ele tenha a liberdade de usar a criatividade para escolher e fazer o próprio modelo de uniforme para competição, de full. E estávamos comentando que o atleta acaba botando coisas pessoais, que mostra a personalidade dele.
Our next competitor, we have another athlete from the United States, Alex Cao.
Competidor na arena dos Estados Unidos, Alex Cao.
0,500, o pai falou.
Alex did a good job.
Puxou o pai, foi.
We were just talking about sequin uniform. States Alex Cal.
Competidor na Arena dos Estados. One color. I like when they do that.
Yeah, a little bit of style. Looks like he has some blue on his
Oh yeah,
top.
yeah, some details. But it's not the material, the cloth or the clothes. It's not blue. I like that. Nós estávamos comentando que a roupa do Alex é bem bonita, bem brilhante, chamativa, e eu comentei que eu gosto quando o atleta não coloca a sapatilha mesma cor do uniforme, que o Alex está usando azul.
Alex Cal final score 8.96. And we are down to our last two competitors. Up next is an athlete from Indonesia, Nelson Luis Fernando, who was your bronze Jianshu medalist. That was Nelson Fernandez. Nelson's final score, 8.86.
Number 14, enter the arena.
And up next, we have our final competitor from Hong Kong, Bo Kai Kiang. He is your gold medalist in Jianshu.
like his posture.
Yeah, he's really strong. You can see the way that he moves his spear.
Very nice movement.
The way he
Very
works with his
smooth.
spear, yeah, it's really smooth. He moves his body out of the way when he swings his spear. It's really strong.
Smooth and powerful. He's pretty good. Very good. I like his
Swings his spear, it's really strong.
smooth and powerful. He's pretty good.
Final score for Bo Kai Qiang, 9.18, putting him in second overall. And there you have your final three competitors. Malcolm Lai from Singapore taking the gold, Boy Kai Qiang from Hong Kong taking the silver, and Evan Shu adding a bronze medal to the U.S. total medal count. Up next, I see our next set of competitors entering the arena. We have girls Qiangshu Group B.
And we have a Brazilian girl, Brenda Porfirio. I know that all the Brazilian Wushu athletes are expecting to watch her doing Qiangshu because it's her best division. She's very good with the spear. Então tá aí para quem tava esperando, a Brenda Porfírio. Esse é o momento dela, pois a melhor categoria dela é de lança. Sabemos que ela tem uma movimentação, tem um domínio da lança muito boa. Então a gente espera ver uma performance muito boa dela.
Our first competitor is from Macau, Wang Yen Long.
Do you see a difference between the boys' movements to the girls' movements?
You know, I used to see, I would say that back in our day, I saw a little bit more finesse from the girls, whereas the boys would try to power through movements a bit more. But now, I think it's becoming indistinguishable. I mean, you've got some female athletes that are able to power through the weapon, and then boys who also have the ability to be very precise and technically sound and finesse. So I think you're finding a lot more crossing of the different styles.
Esquentar a destra. Então vamos esfriar ela.
Our first competitor is from Macau, Wang. You know, I used to see, I would say.
Já devia, com certeza. É só um pouquinho.
Final score for Wang, 9.07.
Recuperando a bichinha.
Our next competitor is from New Zealand, Annabelle Liang.
Acendeu e apagou um pouco. Foi.
Acendeu e depois apagou. E eu descolei, né? Aqui. Ah, tá. Essa aqui é Nova Zelândia. Lá tá 3. Lá tá 3 pra Zelândia. E eu descolei, né? Aqui. Ah, tá. Essa aqui é Nova Zelândia.
Annabelle's final score, 7.82. We see a series of technical deductions, also dropping her overall B score. But up next, we have a competitor from Canada, Zaina Shaltut. We see Zaina going to the end of her routine. Score for Zaina, 8.81. And now we have a competitor from Mexico, Abigail Garcia Magana. And of course, we are down 4 competitors in a field of 11 athletes. That was Abigail Magana from Mexico. Score for Abigail, 8.31. We see a series of deductions there. See, there was at least one weapon deduction for that no circular movement of the spearhead. Paula, it'll be interesting to see whether the judges continue to look for those types of movements, to be really critical of those movements. And on deck now is Yin Shen Lei from Singapore. Final score for Yin Shen. She takes first place at the moment with 9.10. Perfect A score, no deductions. We'll have to see how that holds up. And up next, we have Brazil's own Brenda Porfiro. You can hear the stands going wild for her, eagerly awaiting her performance.
Então a nossa atleta, Brenda Porfírio, está apresentando a lança, está indo muito bem. Um momento tão esperado para nós. O técnico da seleção brasileira, João Ferreira, é o pai da Brenda, deve estar super orgulhoso agora. Tá lá atrás, dá para enxergar ele gritando pela Brenda. As bases delas são bem baixas, bem sólidas. Todo mundo gritando por ela.
She's looking really strong.
Muito boa apresentação. Tá lá atrás, dá pra enxergar ele gritando. No deduction, that was good.
Final score 9.01.
9.01 para Brenda, não teve dedução de qualidade, foi uma performance muito boa.
Up next, we have a competitor from Singapore, Isabella Chua, who is also our gold medalist from Jianshu.
Very fast one attack.
You can just see the amount of power that she exerts every time she punches the spear out.
Yes, and I know how hard this is because the spear it's not an easy weapon to move that fast, that powerful. And she wearing a pink suit.
Yeah. Of course, we still have 5 competitors remaining. We've got our silver and bronze Jianshu medalists as well.
Very strong performance. She also has the golden hair on her spear.
You can just see the amount of power that she...
Fast, that powerful.
sai com homem. Se ele quiser.
And she's wearing a pink suit.
Yeah. Final score for Isabelle Chua, 9.17, putting her currently at first. Our next competitor is from New Zealand, Annalise Jenks.
Eu fiz um filme agora que tem um pessoal lá de Recife, exatamente, com Brasília.
Here we see that third section. For Annalise, 8.34.
Pontuação final da atleta 8.34.
And our next competitor is from Malaysia, Saijia Kelly Chin.
Próxima competidora da Malásia.
Kelly was our silver medalist in Jianshu.
Ela foi medalha de prata em espada. Ela tem uma boa velocidade na movimentação da lança.
Eu fiz um longa com luta nas marciais. O pessoal lá de Recife que fizeram as coreografias. Um longa.
Kelly closes out her form. As we stand by for her score, we have 2 remaining competitors.
Eu fiz um longa, fizeram as coreografias.
Kelly 9.04.
Nota final da atleta 9.04.
Our next competitor is from Canada, Erica Jiayi.
It seems like the girls are getting less deduction A, group A deductions.
That's right. But the main difference that seems to me is that they are maintaining their pace and rhythm, and they're very careful with all the technical portions of this form. And Paul, as I can hear from the stands, it sounds like there is some action going on in the Sanda ring. Looks like we got Brazil versus Armenia in the junior boys 65 kilogram going on.
Yeah.
Looks like it's a really exciting fight going on.
That's for sure.
Erica here also putting on a very strong performance. We'll have to see how she fares with the judges. A really exciting fight going on.
That's for sure.
Erica's final score 9.02.
Nota final da atleta 9.05. Desculpa, 9.02.
And our final competitor, and also our bronze medalist in Jianshu, is Patricia Geraldine from Indonesia.
A próxima atleta da Indonésia, Patrícia. Ela também ganhou medalha em espada. Was it bronze medal?
Bronze.
Pegou uma medalha de bronze em espada. Nota final da atleta 8.98.
Final score for Patricia 8.98.
Então aí a lista final dos atletas, a colocação de cada uma e as notas. A atleta Brenda Porfírio ficou em sexto com 9,01.
And we are down to our final event for the 7th Junior World Wushu Championships, Taolu Boys Jianshu Group C, where we have a total field of 8 competitors. I count 6 lined up so far. And here we go. Our first competitor is from Egypt, Zayed Ehab Mohammed Abdel Fattah. Final score for Zayed 8.75. Our next competitor is from Chile, Benjamin Ignacio Quiroga Romero. Final score for Benjamin, 7.29. Now again, for athletes competing in this Group C event, they must compete in the number 3 elementary routines. Of course, those forms being slightly more basic than the Group A and Group B routines. Again, the basis being to build basics and fundamentals in athletes. And so the A judges will be looking very closely for all those basics. Right now up is an athlete from Macau, Sangfai Chan. More basic than the Group A and Group B routines. Again, judges will be looking very closely for all those basics. Final score for Sangfai Chan, 8.68, currently putting him in second place. Up next, we have a competitor from Malaysia, Jung Hyuk Alvin To. Final score for Jung, 8.79. He takes the lead with 3 athletes remaining. And it looks like in reading the YouTube comments, we want to thank Boo Wushu TV for checking the feed. We're glad that you're enjoying the World Wushu Championships. I definitely have to agree with you. Those the organizers for this event have been amazing. This has been a very, very successful World Junior Wushu Championships.
A Boo Wushu colocou comentário aqui no chat do YouTube dizendo que falou hello Paulo e Mário, que estão fazendo um excelente trabalho, parabéns pelo evento. Realmente foi evento feito com muito carinho. A Confederação Brasileira de Wushu, com o presidente Marcos Vinícius e o presidente Daniel Dionísio da Federação de Brasília, fizeram um trabalho excelente junto à IWF. Então tá todo mundo de parabéns mesmo, o evento tá perfeito.
And that was Wang Yu Kwang from World Wushu Championships. I definitely have to agree with you. Those the organizers for this event.
A Boo Wushu colocou comentário aqui no chat de Wushu com o presidente Marcos Vinícius e o
presidente Daniel Dionísio da federação.
Final score for Long Yun Kwang, 8.73. That currently puts him in third place with 2 competitors remaining. Up next, we have a competitor from Tunisia, Ahmed Jarboui. And I'm sorry, it looks like we have the withdrawal. This is our final competitor from Iran, Irfan Zareh Juzdani. Really powerful.
Strong movements. Like I said, Iran's getting stronger and stronger each year. Os atletas do Irã nos últimos 5 anos melhoraram significativamente. Em vários campeonatos mundiais júnior adulto, eles conseguem levar várias medalhas para casa.
At only 10 years old, Irfan already looks like a champion. Final competitor from Iran, Irfan Zareh Juzdani. Really powerful.
Strong movements. Every movement that you're making.
Final score 8.67. Looks like there was 1 deduction for a stance. And there are your final 3 medalists. Malaysia with the gold, Egypt with the silver, and Hong Kong with the bronze. And with that, that wraps up the Taolu portion of the 7th World Junior Wushu Championships. We hope you enjoyed all of the broadcast. Be sure to check out the YouTube page and subscribe to Wushu TV. You can always watch any of the replays of this Junior World Wushu Championships events. You can, of course, still catch the Sanda finals tomorrow. In addition to making sure that you subscribe and follow our IWF Instagram page at IWF_official, and then also our Facebook page at International Wushu Federation Official. This is Mario Martinez.
And I'm Paula Midani.
Thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Keep training.
Yes, thank you. Bye.
Desligar a câmera ou não?